I'm an experimental physicist, and I do low-temperature optics on small-scale, nanoscale systems. I've been a faculty member since 1989, and so have had a large number of students in my lab over the years. I've had about a dozen postdocs, 25 PhDs, and about 40 to 50 undergraduates who have spent significant time doing laboratory work in my group. When I was first a mentor, I did the traditional thing that mentors usually do. I ran group meetings, and that's what I thought mentoring was. That I ran group meetings, and occasionally I had individual meetings with graduate students, postdocs, or undergraduates. But the meetings almost exclusively revolved around what you did that week in the lab. Almost never did I have conversations about what they thought their goals were or what I thought their goals were. We almost never had conversations about career planning or skill development or where they felt in the process of their own education. One of the things that the individual development plans have really helped me do is to formalize a little bit of those activities with undergraduates, graduate students, and postdocs. Specifically for graduate students and postdocs, IDPs have been a really valuable way for us to both be reflective about the success of the graduate student or postdoc. It allows me to look at what I think their skill sets are, what their skill sets must be to be successful. What are the things that they have to achieve and how are they going to achieve them? From their perspective, they're bringing in their notion of their own skill needs and their own career paths. And then when we come together in now a much more constructive mentoring relationship, we're actually able to reflect each other on those different perspectives and now create a really common plan. Have milestones, have metrics, have it be used again and again in periodic meetings. And I found that this structure supports the student better and creates better outcomes for both me, the lab group, and our collective educational and research enterprise. One of the real values to faculty for workshops like this is it provides training and access and opportunity for a group of graduate students and postdocs to build their skills in planning and in career development. Those graduate students and postdocs will now interact with their faculty mentor and other advisors that they have in really constructive ways, in ways that allow the faculty member to provide them deliberate guidance on the things that the students identify as needs and that they recognize as what are proper and desirable career paths. Faculty members value the IDP because it constructs the discussion space, if you will. It gives guidance to the graduate students and it highlights the really important characteristics. Faculty members don't have to rely on just their own intuition or their own history. It's a nice guide. It's not restrictive. You can go in a lot of different directions with it, but it reminds the faculty member to cover things around skills, careers, aspirations, and timelines for the success of their graduate students and postdocs. Conversations between graduate students and postdoc advisees and their mentors, faculty advisors, can often be very well structured by the use of an individual development plan. Graduate students and postdocs that come in with an IDP that has been filled out and with which a faculty member can engage them on their skills that they currently have and those that they need, on their career plans and aspirations, and on what they think the appropriate timeline might be for finishing, gives the faculty member a place that they can easily reflect with the student and help them achieve these goals in ways that are consistent with how the faculty approaches it. Conversations in which there are conflicts can readily be overcome with the use of individual development plans and some awareness of the perspectives of both the mentor and the mentee. We term these conversations ones around productive conflict. They're productive because you're trying to reach a consensus and have people come together on ideas, and they have conflict not as a bad thing, but as a way of challenging what's going on and overcoming those challenges. We often say that you want to be hard on content and soft on people. Ideas, what the graduate student and postdoc think their timeline is, what the faculty member might think the next step is. These might differ, but these are elements of content and ideas that we should be able to challenge. Having a discussion between the graduate student or postdoc mentee and the mentor around how to have those conversations, what we call maybe social norming, creating a space in which that conflict can be addressed, those are the kinds of conversations that an individual development plan can help make most successful.